Stephanie, so pleased to be able to have this conversation with you. I'm so interested in this idea. I mean, you've been with us a month or so. I mean, about as new as it gets, right?
Yeah.
Right, but not new as an agent. So, I mean, your background was a really professional background. Then you got into real estate, and you were with the same brokerage for a couple of years, 2, 3 years?
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
Right. So you knew everybody, had that vibe, small town kind of, well, I don't want to say small town, but had that community vibe where you knew everybody, and you certainly had no issues with your broker, right? It wasn't like you disliked, you didn't have any problems and things like that, right?
No, I came from a really good brokerage. I loved it, and I really valued being there because really nice people and really highly ethical people, which means a lot to me.
Awesome. You are really growing your business. You're taking that great professional background and really generating a strong community-based business, not just working sphere, but you're also working to do farming and other kinds of prospecting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the intrinsic reason why you were coming here, how would you kind of describe, you weren't looking to leave, but you did make a transition. How would you kind of put it in your words about why you were making that transition? Well, you inherently weren't looking to make a change.
Yeah, actually, it was a really hard decision for me to leave because I was very happy where I was. I wasn't leaving anything. I was going towards something new. The something new was I wanted to be with a brokerage that had a little bit bigger brand name or footprint in Central Ohio. But what really brought me to Revealty was the resources that are available here. I had been trying to build systems and processes in my own business to streamline things so that I could scale. And to try and do that while you are being a productive agent is difficult. And I just didn't think it was the best use of my time. So I came here because of the brand footprint and also just wanting to be able to plug myself into existing systems that you guys already have.
Right, you're starting to do 20 plus deals a year, and now you're thinking, I want to start doing 30 plus deals a year. How much time do I want to spend figuring things out versus how much time do I spend implementing things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if I could define it any better. We're all about how to build businesses. So it's not about just the transactions because that's a hamster wheel. How can I build an efficient business that then I can manage more transactions better, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But someone as vibrant as you with a big enough business and footprint as you have, there's got to be concerns about transitioning. Like, oh my God, not only did I not want to transition because I wasn't looking. First, I got to tell you, I love it. That's called playing offense, not defense. Agents should never wait till something goes wrong. They should really go, does this business model work or does this? And what do I need for the next stage of my career? So kudos to you for playing offense.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me. The next thing is, again, you're a vibrant agent, lots of things. The world doesn't stand still, right? Okay.
Right.
What was in your mind about, oh my God, I've never transitioned. How does this work? That had to be in your head before we got too far. Like, do I really want to do this? And is it a huge headache?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if it's human nature or if it's just that when I don't have information or I don't know the answers, I fill it in with a lot of kind of like trepidation. So I had built up in my mind that changing brokerages was going to be really complicated, that it was going to make my business slow down quite a bit. I was very nervous about giving notice to my old broker because I knew they would be lovely about it, but also I just didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I didn't want to, create bad mojo where I had such good relationships there. So I was very nervous about making the change.
Yeah. Actually, it is extremely about human nature. The fact that you said that, I can't tell you how much that resonates. It is true. Meaning agents are willing to stay in a current environment, even if they know it's not working because of the fear of uncertainty. Is there a thing called the uncertainty principle or uncertainty tax of an agent will overinflate uncertainty by double, triple, or whatever versus what it really is. So honestly, you are human, and that's exactly the point, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like? Give us a side. You've been through this. What was it like on the other side now that you've been through it?
Okay, well, so the hardest part, I waited way too long to do this because I didn't want to hurt feelings. or lose friendships or anything. And the hardest part was building up to giving notice, which was fine. They were as nice about it as I expected. And once I got past that point, the onboarding here and like just kind of sliding into the existing Revealty network has been so easy, much easier than I expected. Um, the first, do you want me to talk about what the
Yeah,
onboarding was
yeah,
like?
whatever you feel like. I have no script here. So yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I loved it because the first week you had told me when I was thinking about making a change that it was going to be not as complex as what I expected it to be, and that you guys would be handling a lot of it on my behalf. And that's what I found to be true. So um, it was exactly like you told me it was going to be. I mean, you guys kind of called me and said, welcome. Everybody was so welcoming, and then Jenny called and said, we're ordering your signs. We're going to order your business cards. Could you approve the proofs for us? Chris set up everything for me in Loop. I mean, I just felt like you guys kind of managed the whole transition for me. My first week or week and a half, maybe, I had 4 different Zoom calls with Revealty folks with just kind of hour-long training sessions where like one person would teach me about your systems, one person taught me about agent services, another taught me about marketing and the tools that are available through remax.net. And within like 2 weeks, I felt like I just sort of had it all.
So it wasn't just an orientation. It's really, how do we start implementing the Stephanie business? And let's not give you a bunch of homework assignments.
Right, which I appreciated.
Well, it works so much better versus, hey, you need to come to an orientation versus, well, you want a business where you're more efficient. You really were attracted to our agent services, which means transaction coordinators and stuff. So let's just jump on and get that done. So when you already have a need and then we've identified the need and the solution, then you engaging within us in that onboarding becomes really simple. It's not like I'm having to learn new tricks. It's like, I want this stuff so I can do this.
Well, and I have to say, one of the things, when I made the decision to come to Revealty, I also made a decision to stay open-minded and to try to let some of my control of my business fall under your umbrella. So what I mean by that is I was seeking a brokerage where you had like transaction coordination and things like that. And so when I made the decision to come here, I also made the decision, rather than try to get them to work on the system I use, I'm going to be open-minded and try to plug myself in to the systems they already have established that are successful. And that was, I still think that's key, because all of this trying to, invent processes has taken a lot of time over the last year. And that's what's made the transition so smoothly, is rather than telling you this is how I do things, I've been asking a lot, like, how do you guys do things? And just going with the flow. That's made it really easy to just kind of slide in and get started at Revealty.
I love that. All agents who are growing successful have workarounds. The question is do I want to stick on that, or is it time to pivot and then not be caught into my own transaction house or whatever it may be? So, awesome. I'm so glad to hear that process has worked out for you. It's so interesting to talk to someone with an immediate view of, hey, this is what I thought and this is the reality. It's agents often think that this transition business is like the biggest undertaking of their career, and I find it propels agents ahead. Agents kind of think of that worst thing before. They think it slows them down.
Yeah, I know I shared with you when we were talking before I came over, I was nervous about making a change. I was skeptical, and everything you promised me about what would happen when I came over and how supportive the team would be, it's all been exactly as you promised me. I've been very happy.
Funny, someone the other day I was talking who's thinking of coming here, she's like, well, how do I know, you promised? And I go, I don't make promises. I go, we actually just do this. Like, I don't promise. Here's what I don't have some secret, great way of getting business that no one needs. I don't have fairy dust.
Yeah.
This is how we do it. Like, why would I give you a bunch of homework assignments? Why would I make this complicated? our business is to build businesses. I go, I don't have to promise you anything. It's
Yeah.
just an operation. It's different, you know?
On one of the calls we had before I decided to change, I remember you were kind of asking me like, well, why wouldn't you change if you think this might be a good fit for you? And I think I said to you, like, I'm worried about the amount of time I'm going to have to invest to change everything over, like change all my marketing materials and everything over. And you were like, well, what's actually involved in making the change? And when you asked me that, I kind of thought about it and I was like, it's really not that much. I mean, and a lot of it you guys did for me. So
Yeah, like I'm just looking at, which I haven't shown, I'm going to show you when we're done here, is
okay.
your community webpage that we designed for you. Bingo.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff actually relieved you of those problems and issues. So
Love it. Love it.
thank you so much for your time today. Always enjoy my interactions and time and to speak to you. So
Thanks.
looking forward to seeing you grow. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.